Hello and welcome to The Last Word, our podcast where we talk about various things and ramble as if the words we speak are our very last. We are your hosts, Alk, Ghost of the Crowd, and Cheese Puff Gaming.
Hello.
It has fucking been a minute.
Yeah, that it has.
like, so it's probably been like maybe 3 weeks since I uploaded anything.
I'm fairly certain that sounds right. I
Like,
think
not
it's been
just pot.
roughly three.
Like not just podcast wise, but also like anything at all. But
Oh, I gotcha.
you guys are gonna get like a double feature this week, so not podcasts, but uh, you'll just have to watch. Um,
Nice.
but let's it has been a minute, so like it is really just like out of the swing of things, and
Yeah.
we've also worked out the whole like other people being in here that aren't even guests; they're just here and the
Yeah.
playing games. And just to specify for those of you who are listening in, if you've noticed, there's not an upload on Caleb's channel anymore, and it's because they're all gonna be on just my channel. It's nothing like
Yup.
it's nothing like mean or foul play or anything about that. It's just Caleb not wanting to put it up on his channel. Plus, it makes more sense to just have it in one place.
Yeah.
Uh, but enough about that. Have you been, bud?
Tired. Sleepy.
I
Busy. It's
fucking
wonderful.
feel that. Because,
Yeah.
like, I'll get home from work and then just stay up till noon and then
Yeah.
pass out,
I
barely wake
gotcha.
up before work, and then just like the cog in the machine shit, and I'm like, we don't want to get
Yeah.
back into this again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't blame me on that.
But yeah, no, fucking,
But not bad, though.
you ready for Payday 3?
Yeah, yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty good. I've
I
seen some
pre-ordered.
good things and some alright things on it, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll just play it on Game Pass.
I'm just fucking ready for the bullshit to ensue.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Like
That's gonna be the best part.
it's already gonna be fucking bad. It's gonna be like like if we can have it happen,
Yeah,
like if we can have the stars align, like you, me, Lee, maybe Lore,
yeah,
all in a game, and then it's like me yelling at the rest of you because you're all fucking up the stealth. Because like Lee, he's either way about stealth from my understanding.
yeah,
I love stealth. I don't know
yeah.
Lore's approach, but I assume it's chaotic, and I know your approach is guns blazing.
Usually is.
But that's gonna be fun.
Oh, definitely.
I've been enjoying the Teal Mask DLC, by the way.
Nice, nice.
Even though I am upset to see a lot of people not having a good time because of performance issues. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck are you guys doing to where your game is fucking up so bad? Because I've had like maybe a stutter every now and then,
Hmm.
but like at most it's just like, yeah, no, and I think part of it is because I'm actually not on Koraidon's back that often,
I gotcha.
because like I really have been taking my time to walk through the areas
Yeah.
just so that way I can really get like a good look at everything, and I'm very very happy about how things are. I still need to
Nice.
finish it though. I,
Yeah. Nah, I've not picked it up yet.
yeah, no, I very much enjoy it.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh, I have Gliscor back. Like that's the biggest fucking thing about it.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's on the ground.
Hmm. That's
Like
interesting.
he sits. He's like standing on the ground, like claws on the ground
Yeah.
too. And when he moves around, he like glides, which
Oh
makes
wow.
sense because that's what Gligar and Gliscor do.
Oh.
But he still has the same battle animation, so he's still like airborne, which I'm like, God's
Nice.
fucking praised on that. Um, but yeah, for today's topic, or well, before I get to that, anything going on your end? I know you were talking about Taylor getting herself a PC built.
Yup. I'll be ordering that, I think, tomorrow. And then
Nice.
hopefully get everything in and built.
Nice, nice, nice,
Um,
nice.
hopefully this weekend, if not sooner.
Right. That'll be very nice because then we can all play
Oh yeah.
games together. Because
Oh
I feel like a
exactly.
lot of games where I'm like, man, we should play this, and you're like, yeah, I'm all for it, and you have it, and or you'll like get it,
Hmm.
and then like we don't touch it, and I think it
Yeah.
ends up being a case of like you want to wait until Taylor can play with.
Oh yeah.
Because like I feel like a game that I could definitely see you two just playing a lot of is Stardew Valley.
I could definitely see us doing that. Yep. That would be
Like
blast.
that one would be something that you two, I think you two would like absolutely love doing
Oh yeah.
together. But there's also just anticipated stuff that I'm excited to do though. Like I can't wait to
Yeah.
play fucking Phasmo with you guys.
Hmm.
I can't
She's been
wait.
having a blast with it.
Oh, has she?
Yeah. She's been playing on my PC.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great because
Oh yeah.
we definitely need to put out the fucking VR video
Yeah.
and see if we can get Lee to get a cord for his computer. But I don't know how well his computer would handle VR actually.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, that would be really really fun. But
Oh,
yeah, no.
definitely.
Uh, so on to the topic then.
Hmm.
I thought of this yesterday on my way home from work, and I was just like, language would be a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can kind of talk about it in a few different ways and contexts. Because,
Hmm.
like, some of the ways it's like, oh, the different languages of, like, what would you like to learn and stuff like that. Or, like,
Yeah.
how language can affect things and stuff like that. So, I guess just to start things off, since I already said it, what are some languages that you would like to learn?
Well, let's see. I know one that I kind of constantly, semi work on, semi just listen to. Japanese, obviously, is
Yeah,
one,
same.
definitely. Um, but I mean, Spanish maybe. It's always a
That
fun.
one that one would be very like utilitarian, like very
Yeah.
useful, especially for where we live.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
like I don't know what it is about Paragould, but there are like a lot of like Hispanic people here
Yeah.
and everything, and especially like if while working at Lowe's, like
Hmm.
how many customers we'd get coming in that were Spanish speaking
Yeah.
and everything, and how that would be very beneficial to just be able to actually communicate and not have to struggle to understand each other. It's like I just want to help you and you just want to get the things that you came here to get.
Oh, exactly.
uh on the Japanese one, I feel like because I'm sure the viewers listeners uh know by now that we're just a couple of fucking weebs. uh
Oh yeah.
Like they know we watch anime. They know
Yeah. Yeah.
the reasons
Oh, exactly.
and everything. But like on my end of things, like I also would like to know German
Okay, I
because
gotcha.
like I feel like that would just be a language that would just be very fun to speak in,
Yeah.
and not just for the whole like mimi like yelly part of like
Hmm.
just like the whole stereotype of that, but like also just I like how a lot of the words kind of roll off the tongue and everything. It's like Guten Morgen and stuff like that.
Mm.
And oh, hey Blue Bear, come here. And just a lot of the sounds and a lot of like variations on words and stuff like that would be very just there's, I don't know, like the little bit that I did learn from the one day I took, or the one class I took on German, the one day I attended class and then swapped classes that would be better for me. Uh,
Yeah.
like it really kind of just like hooked me, but I was just like,
Not really feeling that class.
well, no, I was taking the class because I needed a credit hour.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, I could just move this class to this hour
Yeah.
and retake it, and then uh, I'll be able to take this other class that I need or whatever. And that's why I took like the German class for like a day.
Gotcha.
But another language, like I feel like almost everybody kind of imagines they would like to learn Latin.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I think that's just the nerd in me that wants to learn Latin, just because I'm like, oh yeah, Latin would probably be closest, realistically closest to Elvish or like Magic speak and
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah, I gotcha.
But even like in the sense of like fantasy languages and everything, like
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be really cool to learn those.
Yeah.
But like with the whole like talk of like the sounds and like how just barely changing an inflection on a word, if I'm using the right word, uh
Sounds right.
yeah, it'll change the meaning. It's like with like, you know, to really show how much of a fucking weeb I am, it's like the Japanese words for like I think cute and scary are literally like, they, from my understanding, they sound the same aside from like how they're said. It's like
Yeah.
kawaii and kawaii or something like that. I don't fucking know.
That's
I outed
sound. I don't.
myself.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
I all I know is I just outed myself as a fucking weeb, and that's all that is.
Nah, everybody that watches already knows.
Yeah. But but still, it's just really interesting to see how some languages like, because even in English, right? Like
Yeah.
American like slaughtered, very fucked up, no longer what it was English.
Mm,
Like you even have that with
yeah.
like, it's like, and it all comes down to how, like how you say it, like putting emotion behind it. It's just like, you bitch. It's like, hey, you bitch. It's like it 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 it, it just changes, and it's just
Yeah.
like really weird how like in spoken language it's just like, oh yeah, you can totally change the context of it,
Mm.
but like if it's written language then you have to add extra shit to it. It's like
Yeah.
you write down a note and pass it to someone, they open it up and it says you're a bitch and everything, and they go, what the fuck? But then you pass that same note, and you're like, put like a winky face with it, then it's like, oh, I know you're playing around. And it's just like language
Yeah.
is just so fucking weird.
Oh yeah. No. It's especially just the way that it can be taken as well. That's another big thing. Depending on how people enunciate it or and just say it in general.
Yeah. And like I'm trying to think of, see, I told you I didn't take fucking notes on this shit before. And so like I
Yeah.
didn't even like come into this with like oh, and then read off this thing to cue like the next part of it. Goes to
Yeah.
show, definitely on brand after a 3 week break. Uh
For
but
sure.
on the same side of things, there's just the fact of like how many different fucking languages there are, and it's just like
Hmm.
how a lot of people can kind of like there's also just like pronunciations of things, and
Yeah.
like depending on where you're from can really just change that. So like
Oh, for sure.
you know, since we're Americans here, we're gonna use American examples because we don't fucking know examples from anywhere else. But
Yeah.
like a friend of mine, Sarah, she is from up north, and
Hmm.
so of course she speaks with like a northern like dialect or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like she'll say, like, if I say bag, like a shopping bag, she'll say
Mm-hmm.
bag.
Vague.
Yes.
Interesting.
Or like if I say lag, like, oh, my game is lagging, she
Mm-hmm.
says leg. And I'm like,
Oh.
you're fucking with me. And she's like, no, you're lagging. And I'm like, no, the fuck you're not. That's not how you say it. But it all comes down to like where you fucking come from and
Oh yeah.
everything. Cause like, I'm pretty sure like there's somewhere like around here, like wash is warsh. They just throw an extra fucking
Mm-hmm.
R in there for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just so crazy to see like how different things can be, like how different one's approach to language can be, and like
Oh
how
yeah.
like a word can definitely, even like with like slang terms and such, because like
Mm-hmm.
going into like the British versus American, it's like, oh, what's the trunk? It's a boot. It's like, why the fuck do you call it a boot? Like, and it's like fish and chips is fish and fries. It's like,
Yeah.
but then potato chips are crisps, and it's just like, it's really weird just to see like how two different places can be talking about the same thing in the same language but use a different fucking word for it.
Be completely different. Yeah.
And like, especially whenever you get into those areas that do like the really, like, I recently found out because of watching videos on the new animated Spider-Man movie, the Miles Morales ones.
Mm-hmm.
uh what is it, Across the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was like going over Hobie Brown's character and like how he talks because of where he's
Mm-hmm.
from and everything. He's got the whole like Cockney slang or whatever.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
And it's a lot of like rhyming slang, so it's not
Yeah.
like, so like in the movie he's like, they're talking about something and he gets asked a question, he's like, I don't have it, is like, I ain't got a Scooby-Doo and everything, and that's him saying, I ain't got a clue, like I don't know,
Yeah.
and everything. And it's like really interesting, and looking into it, apparently that's from around a time when there was a lot of like, I can't remember the specifics, but there was a lot of like fucked up shit happening in the area.
Mm.
And so like, to stay out of trouble, they kind of had to like be a bit more sneaky about shit. And so they
Gotcha.
had to speak in code so that way
Yeah.
people didn't know what the hell they were doing and everything.
Mm.
It's like, oh, I ain't got a clue. It becomes, I ain't got a Scooby Doo. And it's
Yeah.
like, so like, uh, I'm trying to think of like, I'm trying to come up with a example and everything. It's just like, uh, I was like, oh, I gotta go drive over a bump. Could be like, oh, I gotta go take a dump or some shit. I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a bad
Yeah.
one, but like I don't think that's
I
a
mean,
exactly
definitely
how it
correlates
works.
together.
But it's just like, uh, but it's just like, it's really, because like they have like, it's, it all just comes down to like this fascinating thing of just how different, and that's what really got me like curious on it. It's just like how different everything can be like in all these different places. And
Oh, exactly.
even like with like generational like language too and
Mm-hmm.
everything, because like you'll have like generational words. Like for me, like I speak like I'm a fucking skater out of the fucking 90s mixed
No.
with some pop punk shithead. uh but like, which is why like that, you know, I put a lot of likes and uh swears in a lot of the way I talk. I don't do it
Yeah.
intentionally, it's just how I like the likes and the bro and the dude and the
Oh,
mans and
for
all
sure.
that.
Yeah.
That's all from like me growing up in that like skater rocker like uh kind of era.
Yeah.
And then I grew into that pop punk alternative metal era that my friends were all in high school
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But like even with like terms, especially like nowadays, like a lot of terms you kind of have to be careful about and everything, because like there's some people that get sensitive and are like, you call a woman dude and she'll get upset about it and everything. It's like, I'm a girl, and it's like, yeah, but when I call a girl dude, it's not me saying, hey, I'm referring to you as a guy. I'm
Yeah.
referring to you as a person and
Or as just a
everything.
friend.
Yeah, exactly. That it's a familiarity kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because with me, dude is gender neutral. Like,
Oh,
yes,
exactly.
it's a masculine word, but like
Yeah.
I've never necessarily liked using the word dudette unless I'm
Mm-hmm.
following it, or I'm using it to follow dudes. It's like dudes and dudettes, but that usually follows ladies and gentlemen, dudes and
Yeah.
dudettes and everything. So I usually use dudes and dude and man as just general terms.
Oh, yeah.
It's not meant to hurt anybody. It's just
No.
it's just how I talk and
It just
everything.
feels less, I don't know, like, I don't know. Dudettes has always been kind of a weird one. I never,
It's clearly forced thing, because
yeah.
it's like, oh, dude exists, and then they went out of their way to make something that sounded more feminine for women
Yeah.
and everything. And like, it does feel a little awkward, because no, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
ever see anybody intentionally use uh dudette, like just like
Uh,
walking up to someone is like, what's up, dudette? Because then it
mm-hmm.
just kind of feels like you're calling out the fact that they're female at that
Yeah.
point. And it's like you walk up to someone and go, hey, what's up, man? And it's like, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
It's like, how's it going, bro?
Oh, yeah.
What's up, bro? And everything. It's just like it just that's just how weird language can be. And don't even
Oh,
get me
yeah.
started on fucking new gen slang. Like, it took me forever to get a comprehension on what the fuck yeet was, and I still don't fully fucking know, because I'm like, is it an expression of excitement, or is it literally just a word you yell before throwing something?
Yo,
Like
before throwing something.
I've had someone like explain it to me. It's like, yeet is for distance as Kobe is for accuracy.
What?
Yeah, like, whenever someone goes to throw something and they go Kobe, I think
Uh,
that's for accuracy, because the basketball player,
yeah.
like Kobe Bryant. I don't watch sports.
Possibly.
Uh,
Got me.
but it's like Kobe for accuracy, and it's yeet for distance and
Interesting.
everything. And it's just like, fucking okay. And then you got words now like Riz. I don't fucking know. Like, I assume it.
Riz.
My assumption, my the what I can gather is Riz is like, it's like, oh, you gonna riz them up or riz her up or whatever. It's like, I guess it's like you're gonna hit them up, or you're gonna like try and hit on them, try and like, I don't fucking know. I'm old,
I
but
couldn't
by
tell
this
you.
point,
Same.
I'm an old man. I'll admit
Same.
it. Like, I felt old when I couldn't understand what the fuck yeet meant. But like, then there's like the older slang that tends to get really lost, but comes up every now and then. But I can't even think of any examples, to be honest.
No.
But like, it's a very interesting thing, and I oftentimes wonder, like, what are some, like, what would like alien languages be like?
No.
Like, I know this isn't the aliens episode, but still, like, it's like, what would alien languages be like? Would we even be able to comprehend them,
Yeah.
in a sense of like, oh, this sounds like a bunch of noise, but in all actuality, it's just like a full essay of words
No.
that just sounded like meep, or like warbler slat, or bingle bop, or some shit. And it's like a one word, and then what sounds like a single word or something that
Hmm.
ends up being way more than it is. It's like
No.
how in a lot of like foreign countries, like there are a lot of like single words that are like, there's not like a single word translation. Like, you'll have something be like, uh, I'm not gonna name any like actual examples of words because I can't think of anything. But like their meaning won't just be like mountain. It'll be like tall like the mountain or strong as the wind or something like that. And it's just
Yeah,
like a more like symbolical meaning. And
gotcha.
like there's a lot of words like in Spanish, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stuff in Spanish that like doesn't have a direct translation, which I've always found that as being like very interesting about Spanish. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
well, I'm like, well, if it doesn't have like an exact translation, then how do they understand it and everything?
Oh yeah.
And it's just
It's
like,
probably just what you grow up around, what you grow up with, all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Be a big factor in your understanding of things.
And the thing is, there's also like the concepts of like unspoken languages, like not just written and like spoken stuff, but like body language and like
Yeah.
just little things like that you kind of like grow to learn
Oh yeah.
and everything. It's just like as an example, like while driving, like you obviously can't talk to the person in another car, and so
Hmm.
you have the hand signs, like even though you have your blinker and your horn
Yeah.
to help you communicate, god's forbid you ever have to use your fucking horn,
Hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
because that shit's just fucking annoying. but
Yeah.
like
Never a fun time.
but like usually I find myself at a four-way and I usually just say fuck it and just like wave them to go if like I
Mm-hmm.
get there at like I'm get there at the exact same time as somebody else, because I'm not gonna risk like I'm not gonna just fight them to leave. I'm just gonna be like fucking you just go ahead and I'll go after you and
Yeah.
everything. Or like if you're out in public and like or you're at work or you're with some friends or something and like
Mm-hmm.
you look over and you make eye contact and you just do the nod as like an acknowledgement thing of like you just looked over at them or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like little things like that are also very interesting.
Oh
But
yeah.
I've been talking a lot. Do you have any thoughts?
um. Well, I mean, I don't know. Uh,
Well,
that's a good question. Do I have thoughts? Um,
I mean, technically, yes, maybe. Who
maybe.
knows?
That
But
is a
you know,
possibility.
I mean, if you can't really think of
I'm
anything on
blanking
the
out right
topic,
now. I can't
yeah.
think of anything.
In all
Yeah.
fairness, like with it being like very little, like if I had taken notes, it would have been a lot easier to go off on this.
No,
But
no, you're
like,
fine.
uh, but with this though,
Mm-hmm.
there's just a lot to really. It's more of just to sit there and think about it kind of thing, rather than just a
Um,
talk about it thing. But
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
no, for sure.
here we are though talking, and here is language. But like,
Trying to be.
yeah, the attempt, yeah. But
Yes.
another fun thing that just popped in my head is like whenever people like mix languages because they have
Yeah.
like they'll have like two different like their parents will come from like two different like backgrounds or something.
Oh
And
yeah.
so like if it's like one knows English, the other knows Spanish, a lot of time they'll mix like the English and Spanish together
Mm-hmm.
and everything, or as Spanglish as a lot of people will call it. Which I don't think I've heard many people in person call it Spanglish. Not recently, anyway.
Same, honestly. Yeah.
But like, it's always a fun thing to like hear because like they'll be talking in English and then all of a sudden it just like flip for like a
It
second.
switches.
And it's just like, wait, no, hold on. What did you just say? I didn't catch that. But that's
Yeah.
also like a really interesting thing to me of like just not understanding because like as much as I also would love to understand languages, at the same time I just like to listen to people talk in other languages,
Oh yeah.
even though I don't know a goddamn thing that's being said.
Yeah,
C-
it's always fun just to listen to them.
Yeah, because like I mean, because you know that I think we both listen to Japanese music
Oh yeah.
and everything, and like I listen to a little bit of German with Rammstein,
Yeah.
and then I think there's maybe a couple Chinese songs. I might have a French one somewhere in Spotify.
Hmm.
And then like whatever a lot of fucking like early 2000s like club music was. It's like the Eurobeat kind of stuff and like the
Yeah.
bass hunter and all that
Oh yeah, yeah.
and everything. Like I don't know what languages they tend to speak in, but like those are it's just like I don't understand it, but I like to
Hmm.
hear it.
Oh, for
And it's
sure.
also really interesting to like try and have an understanding or try and like perceive the like when listening to Japanese music, right?
Yeah.
Trying to like comprehend how their
Yeah.
like how their songwriting goes because they don't rhyme like we do
Oh no.
and everything. Like they don't like I think America is really the only country that really actually puts the effort into like rhyming words in songs.
Probably.
But I am most likely wrong, but still. Uh but like it's always like because I feel like at least with Japanese music it comes off more as a they're not focused on rhyming anything and it's more like they want to have a certain rhythm that they follow,
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was
but
definitely a
like
rhythm.
it's definitely something that even though of course I don't understand it, I very
Hmm.
much like how it sounds because
No.
like it and I think it's just the foreign nature of it too because it's
Oh,
just
for
like
sure.
this is alien to me and I can't understand a single bit of it,
Yeah.
but at the same time the great thing about it is I can still like it without knowing what I'm listening to.
Oh yeah.
But another thing that just popped in my head because I just looked at
Hmm.
the title, which I put up because since you don't have uh, your own recording anymore,
Hmm.
uh, the title is "Watch Your Language," just because I thought it'd be funny.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
on that note, there's also swear words,
Hmm.
like curse words, swear words, fuck, shit, piss, ass, like all the very taboo words, which you recently started swearing and not like filtering yourself as much
No.
and everything with like recent developments in your life and everything just
Oh yeah.
which
They're good. Sometimes good stress relievers. Other times,
well they're
they're
proven
just like, what the fuck.
yeah
Like it
well
just.
it's well there's actual scientific evidence that swearing actually helps with that and is good for you in that
Oh yeah.
aspect because swearing as opposed to just like kind of like trying to filter yourself
Hmm.
helps with stress relief and it's it acts as this just natural because of it just being just raw emotion most of the time
No.
that's behind it. It just really helps flush out all that negativity
Oh yeah.
because like whereas like you're gritting your teeth and just going as
Hmm.
opposed to just going fuck
Yeah.
and everything. It's just the fact that just
Having a
like
quick release.
yeah, it's just the fact that just a simple little word that apparently is a very not okay thing to say can
Yeah.
be just so
Apparently.
beneficial
Yeah.
is fantastic. And like it really
But it's just like those old fucks that decided to,
yeah.
say that fuck was a bad word. Well, fuck them.
No, fuck them. But not literally.
No, no, not
Figuratively.
literally, figuratively.
Don't the ghosts and ghoulies
Unless
do
you want to
not
go literally, then
I
that's up
mean
to
you
you.
can do that, just don't tell me about
It's a
it.
little weird.
That that be I don't want I don't want I don't want to know about that. But still though like and we can kind of talk about it if you want to, but like
No.
the fact that you started just letting yourself swear again
Mm-hmm.
was actually very jarring to me, but I was very
Yeah.
happy about it
No.
because like when I hopped in the Discord server
Mhm.
and I was in the group call or whatever with you guys, and I
Yeah.
heard you, I heard you just say fuck, like casually in a sentence, like not like
Yeah.
not just like yelling it or whatever, but you were just
Mhm.
like, yeah, no, these fucking guys, man, or something like that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, holy shit, Caleb fucking Caleb the god the Christian man he swore, proud of him. And it's not in like a yeah rebel
Nah, yeah.
sin way. It
Yeah.
sin. It's not in that kind of way at all. I don't mean it that way
Yeah.
at all.
No, I know you don't.
Yeah, but for the viewers here, the ghosts and ghoulies, and what the fuck do you call your audience?
Um.
Audience?
Uh. Yeah. I really don't know what I call everybody.
Yeah, no, I came up with
What
ghosts
do
and
I
ghoulies
call?
on a fucking whim. Cause like you are cheese
Yeah.
puff.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck? It's just like cheese.
Mhm. That was
but
the main thing.
but you know, but like I was saying, I don't mean it in the sense of like encourage
Oh
what is
yeah.
perceived as ill behavior. I was happy and proud about it because genuinely, I'm like, man, he's not like holding himself back anymore. He's not like restraining himself. He's just letting himself fucking exist and
Oh yeah.
not like
Not worry about what others think.
exactly. And that made me so goddamn happy because I was like, man, I'm
Yeah.
glad that he's like hit that point and he's able to be this way and he's not having to worry about just being like he's not think
Judged all the time.
yeah, you're just not worried about like thinking about what other people think and like
Yeah.
how like they're gonna react and how they're gonna what they're gonna say to you and stuff like that because
Oh yeah.
genuinely at the end of the day all that matters is how you feel about yourself
Yeah.
and everything and if that helps you feel better about yourself and if it just helps you feel better in general that's what
Mhm.
fucking counts
Oh yeah.
and like so using like foul language as it would be
Mhm.
it,
As some people would call it.
yeah like
Those naysayers.
them horses them
The
horses say
nay.
nay uh but yeah no like that kind of thing genuinely just like the fact that it's beneficial like that is really really
Yeah.
nice
Oh yeah.
and it can also just get you in a lot of fucking trouble. Hello Blue, you went a wolf. But I don't know if the thing caught it or not. I hope it
I
did.
heard. I think I slightly heard him in the bag. It was
Yeah,
cute.
I really hope it did because this mic is a bit
Yeah.
more sensitive. But
Oh yeah.
were you trying to contribute to the conversation? Were
He's
you
like, yes,
trying to
please.
contribute your language to the language conversation? He said "auf," but but yeah, no, like I see. I guess last night, like when I was
Mhm.
thinking of this fucking topic, I was like, man,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a great topic. I can already think of some stuff off the top of my head to like bring up as like subtopics, and that then like I fucking was just like, fuck, what was it again?
What was I talking about?
Yeah, and so like, and I even cause like I was like, there could be other things that we could talk about that would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I even talked to Lee. I was like, Lee, do you remember the topic that you said you wanted to talk about? And he's like, I don't know. I can't remember. I'm like, fuck. I don't think Caleb will too, or either.
No.
Like, god damn it. But yeah, no, like, genuinely, I think this topic is kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's a little
Mainly,
bit
especially
more.
without like going and researching anything,
Yeah.
because like it's really well I mean I could kind of go back and like be like oh yeah there's like the origin of language right like most
Mhm.
language was probably just no different from like sign language and shit like that or like
Yeah.
grunts and grumbles but like that just me spouting off fun facts ain't gonna help
Oh yeah,
ain't gonna
exactly.
be entertaining. And so
Yeah.
like I think looking at the clock here, this should be like a good spot to kind of like wrap up. It'll be a shorter episode, but hopefully there will be a different video on the channel this week as well.
No.
And so they'll have like more to be, you know, entertained with. But
Oh, for sure.
yeah, no. We can just wrap it up here.
Okay. Sounds good to
Uh
me.
I need my tablet so that way I have my script.
Yeah.
But I guess we could just do like a recap, like overall, like what are your just general thoughts on like language, how it affects people, how it affects things, I guess.
Uh, well, I don't know. Biggest thing when it comes to language, it's obviously not every language is going to be a universal type language. Everybody's going to always have at least something different. Although people try to make English the universal language, which I don't know. There's too much too much in the English language to make it a universal language because it is one of the hardest languages to learn
Oh yeah.
for someone who's never spoken before. But
If you were to like
yeah,
take any of the languages like that you
hmm
know of, what and make that it's like this is the language the planet Earth. This is Earth language. Like what language would that be?
probably English because that's what I speak.
Wow.
That's the only one that I
Wow.
fully know. Even
I
though it is
mean
the hardest, it's
granted,
just
when you I mean what's funny
unfortunately
is that like most of the world because of English
because of
being
America.
yeah,
Yeah.
because of America and England,
hmm
like most schools in the world try to teach their kids to speak English.
Oh yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's just like that's kind of fucked on our part, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blue,
Happens.
what are you doing, buddy? There's nothing there for you to eat. What are you trying to bite at? That is my
It's like
desk.
everything.
Are you trying to grab that string that's there? You silly goober. Uh but yeah, no. I this topic may be a bust. Who knows? We might we may retouch upon it later when we can like
Have
get
a
a bit
little bit more
yeah, get more
like
insight.
thoughts
Maybe
and stuff.
drag Lee onto the show.
Yeah.
Uh but with all that being said, this has been a topic genuinely we're just trying to swing back into things, trying to get this more regular, try and get this out every week. Still
Oh yeah.
wanting to do this as like a every Wednesday kind of thing,
Yeah.
or every Wednesday kind of upload.
Oh yeah.
It is Sunday now as we are recording this,
hmm
because that is a day that we both have off.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, this has been good. I'm really glad we could actually sit down and get this recorded, not have anybody else like talking and like not have anybody distracted.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about there, but yeah.
I think you do.
Nah.
Which we can do like episodes where we're really just like bullshitting, shooting the shit, and like
hmm
because
I think
like
we'll
I
wanna do that.
recently discovered that you can play poker on Discord, and so I'm like, well, that
Yep.
would be a
Yep.
fun thing to do. Is just like have like the logo in the corner or something, and or like have the logo block like their logo or, or
hmm
something, and then just like record us playing poker or putt putt while like just talking about shit
Oh yeah.
and everything. And I think that would be a fun idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, what do we want to do as the topic for next time so that way we're more prepared?
Well,
Because like
that is a good question.
because I got like food, art, aliens, boy bands for some reason. Ah, wait, no, that was the top. I'm gonna write it down now. That was in fact the topic that Lee wanted to talk about.
Boy bands for some reason.
Yeah, no, because it was like we made a joke and
That's
he was
good.
like, I actually want to talk about that. And I think it had
Yeah.
to do with like NSYNC or something. Lee's
Oh, yeah.
topic. But yeah, no, fucking. Let me just select that, and then I'm going to do this and mark through it and bold it, and there. Cool. Now I know that we talked about language. But yeah, no. So we got like superheroes, we got music. Build a video game would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think build a video game would be a good one for next time.
Yeah,
Now let's
that'd
see
be
if
fun.
we stick to that topic.
We'll try to.
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
We try our best here at the Last Word podcast. But
But
that's
do we
gonna
succeed? Nah.
yeah.
Hard.
Look, we can't be perfect.
Nah.
Nobody's perfect. Much like how there's not a perfect language.
Exactly. Good segue.
And you know, what's more language than a word? And what's more of a word than the last word? So, everybody, stay cheesy, stay spooky, and we'll see you again. Because you haven't heard the last word.
Be sure to come check us out when we're live as well
Oh, yeah.
over on Twitch.
Yeah.
So we're doing that more. At least
yeah,
I have been. I don't know
Caleb,
about him.
Caleb is doing stuff over on Twitch. I will start doing stuff on Twitch if I can get people to go over there and watch.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's fun to just, like, go live and record. Because I do have certain games that I'm like, I don't want to, like, record video of this.
Yeah.
Like
Just wanna
separate
play.
recordings. I just want to play it, right?
Oh yeah. Exactly.
Like, I want to play Story of Seasons, but I don't want
Yeah.
to record Story of Seasons.
Yeah.
And
I don't blame
everything.
you.
But yeah,
Just
Caleb.
one of those just better to stream.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
Caleb
sorry.
over at Cheesebuff Gaming YT.
Nope. Just the Cheese Puff Gaming.
Oh,
Sorry.
did you change it?
Well, on Twitch it's just the
Okay.
the Cheese Puff
Okay.
Gaming.
Well,
Yeah.
Cheesebuff Gaming YT on YouTube.
Yo.
Cheesebuff Gaming on Twitch. I am Alec Goes to the Crowd. I should be that fucking everywhere.
Hopefully.
But as I said, stay cheesy, stay spooky. We'll see you again because you haven't heard the last word. What the fuck?
Goodbye.
Bye.